Let me explain. Air quality in major cities has been a problem for decades, and cars are a major culprit. So, starting in 1992, the European Union imposed emission regulations. Euro 1 made the fitting of catalytic converters statutory, and since then the rules have got tougher and tougher. Euro 6 is the current standard. To determine which cars will have to pay to drive in cities, the Ultra Low Emission Zones will use the Euro 1 to 6 rating system. This BMW, a Euro 4 car, will definitely not get a free pass, and nor will over 13 million other cars on UK roads.
And what will that charge be? A few quid per day, perhaps? No, somewhere in the region of 6 to 12.5 quid per day.
Think about it. That's potentially as much as £3,000 extra a year just to get into work. And it's not just cars that will be affected. Buses, lorries, vans, motorbikes, in fact anything with wheels and a combustion engine will come under the microscope. However, some vehicles are going to be hit much harder than others.
For starters, it's the old reliable diesels that the British public were all encouraged to buy not that long ago will be hit the hardest. Because all burners will only be exempt if they meet Euro 6 standards. And those weren't introduced until 2015. So basically, if your diesel is more than 4 years old, you're going to be hit in the pocket. Petrol cars which don't meet Euro 4 standards, which roughly means anything older than 12 years old, well, they're going to be penalised as well.
And that's over 4 million petrol cars potentially affected. Many European cities already have emission zones. London has brought forward its plans to 2019, and other UK cities are looking to follow suit. Birmingham zones could be with us by January 2020. So how many Brummies are aware of this brave new motoring world?
So if I said ultra low emission zones, does that mean anything to you?
I've never heard of things like that before.
Okay.
No.
Next year, you might have to pay up to £12.50 per day to drive into Birmingham.
Wow,
What do you think of that?
that's a lot. Is it the council doing anything about it? No?
It's the council proposing
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah.
That's not fair. That is not fair.
Not good, is it?
Not good at all.
Assuming these zones come into force, how much difference will it actually make to air quality? We spoke to Professor Roy Harrison from Birmingham University.
So if we look at everything that pollutes the air, you know, is the motor vehicle, is the car the big driver?
If we're concerned with nitrogen dioxide, which is the driver for the clean air zone, then traffic is probably 90% of the problem. And of that, diesels are by far the biggest part of that problem.
So why are diesels much worse than petrol?
Diesels create a lot of oxides of nitrogen, which create nitrogen dioxide in the air, which is a toxic pollutant. With petrol, catalytic converters take that out of the exhaust, but they can't be used on diesels. And the technologies that are used on diesels are only now being developed.
So that explains why we'll be allowed to drive petrol cars that are older than diesels. But what does the government really want us to be sitting in? Most manufacturers now have hybrid cars in their showroom. This BMW 530e is typical of the type of car that will be exempt from the ultra-low emission zones. However, it costs nearly 45 grand.
And here's another thing. Hybrids spend the majority of their lives running on their petrol engines because their electric-only range is so small. I mean, take this 530e, for example. It can only manage a maximum of 28 miles before the 2-litre petrol engine kicks in. I mean, is that saving the planet?
Well, to find out, I spoke to Andy Eastlake from the Low Carbon Vehicle Partnership.
I think it's really important to say that now the cars that you buy today are an order of magnitude different in terms of their emissions from the ones you were buying even 2 or 3 years ago. One very old Euro 3 diesel is the equivalent of 20 or 30 modern vehicles. So actually, those are really getting cleaned up as we speak.
You can find out if your motor will be charged by visiting the Transport for London website. You can punch in your reg and it'll tell you if it meets the standard. If it doesn't, then best get ready for a double whammy. Those daily charges and the plummeting value of your pride and joy.